extension 1. Shh. There exists a circle. Try again. There exists a circle with 6 closed dots on the circumference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It doesn't matter where they are. There's 6 closed dots on the circumference. How many triangles can be formed from these 6 dots? How many dots of the 6 do you need to make a triangle? 3. So we know the answer is either going to be 6p3 or 6c3. What we're going to have to decide is these 3 here. And the way I pick those 3 dots, does it change what I have? Okay? So let's look at this. If I go this dot to this dot, this dot to this dot, this dot to this dot, I get a triangle, correct? What if I go in an opposite order? Did my triangle change? No. So does the order in which I pick those 3 dots matter? So is it 6p3 or 6? Do you walk into the movie theater in like Old Yeller and be like, I don't remember what the movie's actually called, and you walk in and you're like, Old Yeller dies, and then you walk out right at the beginning? Do you do that? Because you just yelled combination. I was like getting there. It would have been so exciting. Everyone would have went, combination, C, and I would have been like, yeah, but no, you ruined it. Let's try this again as if that didn't happen. So would 6p3 be the answer? No. Would 6c3 be the answer? Yes. See? Look how much joy that got taken away on us. All right. Type 6c3 into your calculator. What do you get? 20. 20. So you get 20. That's it. You get 20 closed dots. Closed dots. Pray for me. Triangles is what I meant to say. I read the word closed dots and just said it. What happens when you get old? It's all downhill. All right. Pencils down, listening. And kindergarten's been a while, hey? You guys suck at that. Okay, I clap, then you clap. How do you guys not remember that? Ah! Oh, it's the kid who ruined it for everyone. You just ruined it again. All right, let's try it again. I clap, you clap, and then not you clap after that. Okay. You were confused, right? Yeah. I'm sorry, I was not very well instructed. Yeah, that's good. Okay, that has nothing to do with this. So, when you shake hands, it's going to be hard. How many hands are involved? 2. Does the order in which those hands come in matter? Like, no. Or like even this, or like the person who like does it matter? No. I love parent-teacher reviews. You have no idea. They bring me such great joy. You have no idea for what reason. It is for the handshake. COVID didn't let us handshake, and it was the saddest parent-teacher interviews ever. When you shake hands with people, it tells a story. So like some people Trump handshake you. They take it and they pull it over here. But then my most favorite handshake, and I can't even remember what year it happened. I should have documented it. But I was so taken aback, I just didn't know. My favorite handshake was when a person came in and shook only my finger. Didn't know what to do. I had to keep a straight face. Can't laugh at that. She's like, pleased to meet you. And then I don't even know what we talked about after that, because all I could focus on was the fact that the person just only shook my finger. I think if someone comes in and shakes your thumb, that would be better. So if ever you need to go in, but like not get a job, because if you need to get a job and you shake only a finger, you guarantee you're not getting that job. Would be my thoughts. I wouldn't hire a person who shook only my finger, but maybe they're a really good interview. Maybe I could get past the shaking of the finger only. But please, like one day when you have parent-teacher reviews, if you have children, go in and shake only like their finger or their thumb, and just watch the teacher. Just straight, like look right into their soul and just shake only their finger and see what happens. Maybe video it, body cam. I would love to know. Send it to me. It'd be great. Thank you. So my point is this, or this, or this is still a handshake. Two hands coming together. So does the order matter? No. Okay, good talk. Pick up your pencils. Okay. Let's keep this in mind. When we write a C or a P, this is the total number of options I have, correct? This is how many I'm choosing. We agree? So where does the 2 go? First box or second box? People are shaking hands. How many people are shaking hands? 2. 2 goes here, right? Because that's how I'm choosing. The other box would be the total number of people that are shaking hands, correct? So let's keep reading. In a meeting, everyone shakes hands with everybody else. There are 66 handshakes in total. So this, watch here, this is people. So what does this have to be? People. So people put 66 here. 66, that's not people. That's 66 handshakes, and I choose 2 people. That don't make sense. What did I give you the answer to? Starts with a T, rhymes with photo. The total. And the total is the answer. What it equals. There are 66 handshakes in total. How many people were in the meeting? What am I asking for? The first box, right? Which I would label as N. So remember that factorial lesson where I made you have like NP2 or like NC2 or whatever, and I made you guys like solve it with like factorials and stuff like that? It was for this moment in time. Okay, the formula for NCR equals N factorial over N minus R factorial R factorial. That is the formula. You don't have to memorize it, it's on your formula sheet. Yes? So N is N and R is 2. So for this question, N equals N and R equals 2. And then I'm going to set that equal to 66, right? Let's try it out. So we're filling it into this formula here. So we get N factorial over N minus 2 factorial equals 66. Yeah? Okay. I need to get rid of the 2 factorial. 2 factorial is just what? 2. And it's being divided. How do I get rid of it? Multiply it. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. Some people will say, well, why do you multiply by 2 instead of 2 factorial? They're the same. That's why. Okay. Blue box, you stay. You do you. All right. So then we have N factorial over N minus 2 factorial equals 132. Right? 66 times 2 is 132. Then what did we do before? Expand the bigger one. Which one's bigger, N or N minus 2? N. So we're going to get N, N minus 1, N minus 2 factorial over N minus 2 factorial equals 132. Those cancel, and I'm left with N squared minus N, because I'm going to distribute, equals 132. Subtract my 132, so now I'm just doing grade 11 stuff. And I get N squared minus N minus 132 equals 0. You figure out the two numbers. What multiplies to give me negative 132 and adds to give me negative 1. Go. Yeah. Got that. Negative 12, positive 11. So we get negative N minus 12, N plus 11 equals 0. And then remember, we have to set them each equal to 0. N minus 12 equals 0. N plus 11 equals 0. N equals 12. N equals negative 11. Remember, this is people. Does negative 11 people make sense? No. So we circle it. put a line through it and say gradient. We don't say no solution because it is a solution, it just doesn't work. And then we box the 12, and we could try it out. We could go 12C2, and when we put that into our calculator, we get 66. Yes? So 12C2 comes out as 66. And then it's a word problem, so we say there were 12 people in the meeting. Number 3 is often done worse than the handshake question. So, remember, we have to decide when we do NCR, we have to decide what R is. R in the last one was 2 people shaking hands at a time, correct? So if we go to any type of sports game, for example, like basketball, soccer, hockey, football, endless, baseball, tennis, how many teams play each other at once? 2. That doesn't change, does it? So here it says every team in a league plays every other team 3 times. It doesn't mean this one but not this one. It means every other team. So if there's 7 teams in a league, that one team will play the other 6 teams. Okay? So we need every other team in a league playing every other team 3 times. So we know that we're choosing 2 to play at once, because it's teams in the league, and it would have to say if it's soccer, volleyball, basketball, I would tell you. How many teams are in the league if they play a total of 198 games? So we know there's 198 games. People see the 3 and they want to put either the 3 in front of the C, or they want to go C3. I get that a lot. That means that 3 teams are playing at one time. I don't know what sport that is, but it's not the one we're talking about. So I know I don't know N. NC2, I don't know it. But where the heck does the 3 times go? That's them playing each other once. So you can either times this side by 3, or, nope, close. Divide 198 by 3, because you move it over to get one game. Like, you know, them playing each other once. 198 is them playing each other 3 times. If I divide by 3, that would be them playing each other once, and I wouldn't have to have the 3 on this side. Either way, you have to show the step. So I'm going to divide that 3 over, and I get NC2 equals what? 66. Weird. It's the same as the last question. It's as if I wanted to save time. So at this point, we would do the exact same work to get the exact same answer. Yes? So I'm going to say, do not do this on a test. See above. That would not work out well on a test. See above. So, and then we could write our sentence. How many teams are in the league? 12 teams are in the league. You guys try 4. So you shouldn't be times by anything, because they're not like shaking hands with each other 3 times or anything. It's just once. And they equal 300. Bring the 2 up, it equals 600. Move it over. And then the factors are n minus 25 and n plus 24. N equals 25 makes sense. The other one doesn't make sense. And then 25 players attended trial. Yeah? Okay, then we're going to flip over to the next page. So we're doing at least or at most. Okay. So if we went to the store and we needed at least $5, does that mean we need $5 or more, or $5 or less? $5 or more, correct? If I went to the store and I told you this would be the best store ever, You need at most $2. What could you need? 2 or less. That would include also 0. No money could buy something at that store. So you have to remember when it's at most, you have the cases of starting at that number all the way down to 0, because 0 also would work. So let's look at this one. It says 12, oh my gosh, the struggle. 12 adults and 18 kids are on the prom program planning committee. A smaller group of them, 5 people, needs to decide on these themes. So I'm going to say 12 adults, 18 kids, 5-person committee. So every single committee has to have 5 people on it. How many different ways can the smaller group subcommittee consist of at least 4 adults? Is this a permutation or a combination? It's a combination. Because whether you're it's getting worse. Whether you're picked first, that's why I said first picked together, yeah, it's a gift. First, second, third, fourth, or fifth, your result is no different. You're on the subcommittee or not, correct? That subcommittee doesn't have jobs. There's nothing special if you're picked first or you're picked fifth. Yeah? Okay. So we need at least 4 adults. So is that 4 or more or 4 or less? At least 4. 4 or more. Where am I going to stop at?
12. Not 12.
Not 12. Nope. Nope. Good guess, though. We're going to stop at 5. Because the committee can only have how many people on it? 5. Yes. So whenever it's at least or at most, you get cases. And cases are ors. So every case is attached by a plus sign. Because you either have this case, or you have this case, or you have this case. Yes? So I need at least 4 adults. So I can have 1 adult. That's a lie. 4 adults. There's my first case. 4 adults, and then I leave a space. Or 5 adults. We agree? What is my problem? How many people need to be on a subcommittee? 5. So my second case has 5 people. Yay! My first case has how many? 4. So this case and this case both need to have 5. That one does. This one needs what? Supplements. And 1, people could say not adult, or in this case the opposite of not adults because only 2 things. Kids. Right? How do you guarantee getting an adult? This is from yesterday. Right, so adults from adults is C, kids from kids is C, yes? So we have 12 adults, and we choose 4, and means we do what? Multiply. Kids, there are 18, and I choose 1, yes? Then I have an or. Or is a plus sign. Now I'm starting a whole new case, correct? When I start a whole new case, I get all of my adults and all of my kids back again. So now I'm back to having 12 adults and 18 kids to choose from, yes? So, 12C5. The cool thing about your calculators is they lock these numbers into them. You can, no matter which of the 3 calculators you have, you can just type it in like that without brackets. Go, everyone's practicing. Actually faster to have a TI-83 to type these all in. Less buttons. Now remember, 12C4, if you have the fancy calculators where the exponent pops up, you have to arrow over at that point and then put the multiplication so it pops itself back up again, right? So I got 9,702. Did you get that? If you get 0, it's because you are not arrowing over after you input it. So it's putting it into the bottom like we showed yesterday. So 12C4, arrow back over times, then 18C1. Thank you. All right. The next one has at least one adult. So we're going to pay attention because there are 2 methods. We could have used the other method on the last one, but it's actually longer to use the complement. So I'm going to show you the method we just used on this one, and you'll see how long it is. So at least one adult means 1 or more, and I stop at not 12, which is what we said last time. Remember? We agreed to that. Yeah, totally. You were just testing. You were testing us. We stop at 5. So we're going to have 1 adult or 2 adults or 3 adults or 4 adults. Just add the blue box. Or 5 adults. Then each of these cases has to have 5 in it, right? So this one would need and 4 kids and 3 kids and 2 kids and 1 kid. There are 12 adults and 18 kids, so we're going to start. We'll get 12 C1 times 18 C4 plus for or 12 C2 times 18 C3 plus for or 12 C3 times 18 C2 plus for or 12 C4 times 18 C1 plus 12 C5. Don't type that in. But you could. You could type that whole thing in. That is a long, lots of numbers, correct? And that would get you the right answer. If it's a lot, you could in turn do the complement. So remember when I wanted the vowels not together? You guys did total minus the vowels together, and it gave you all the cases where the vowels were not together. You can do the same thing here. How many people total are there? There's 12 adults, 18 kids. How many total? 30, correct? So the total number of ways I could do this would be 30C5, correct? 30C5 would be if there was no adult or kid restrictions, yes? That would be the total. Now, I need to subtract off the cases that don't fit into this previous one. So this previous one had 1 adult, 2 adults, 3 adults, 4 adults, 5 adults. What cases didn't fit? Don't say 6, 7, 8, 9. Those can't exist, right? We have 5 max. So I know that's where you're going with this. We have 5 max. What's the only case that doesn't fit? Don't forget about it. 1 adult, 2 adults, 3 adults, 4 adults, 5 adults. Yeah. 5 kids, which is no adults. The only case you don't have in here is 0 adults, right? Because we can have no adults or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have to stop because we can only have a 5-person subcommittee, correct? So the only case I don't have in this, so this is total, and then minus no adults. So another way of saying that is 5 kids. So this is minus 18C5. If that makes no sense to you, you can do the big, long, convoluted one. It'll still get you the exact same answer. $133,938. This answer is the exact same. The last one is at most 2 adults. At most 2 adults. 2 or less. So 2, 1, and 0. Everyone forgets the 0 case. So it's actually faster just to do the direct one, not the complement for this one. 2 adults, or 1 adult, or 0 adults. Any subcommittees of 5. So this would be 2 adults and 3 kids, 1 adult and 4 kids, 0 adults and so adults from adults, kids from kids. So we get 12C2 times 18C3 plus 12C1 times 18C4 plus, do I have to show 12C0? No. So I actually don't have to show this part. I can just go plus 18C5. $99,144. Just leave your phone behind if you have it on you. Okay, next page. You see at the bottom of that page? What numbers are there? I'll be right back to this in 2 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do them. So you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4 on the next page. You have 15 minutes